10 great kings took 10 great thrones, 9 crowns adorn 9 heads, 1 left to scratch upon their mounts, the crow alive and dead. Old Damascene poem, author unknown. Greetings summoners and welcome back to Lords of Lore. Today I give to you Fiddlesticks color story, Voices by Jade Rosen. Enjoy. It started when little Hubert drunk his mind out on stale meat and the dulled memories of some battle he probably run from. Locked himself in a shack just outside Goldweald. Devil tried to break the door in, good neighbor as he was, but the miserable fossil had more strength than anyone could have anticipated, barging his entire body against the entrance as he babbled about heights and spiders and being pecked to death by birds. No one believed he was being pecked to death by anything but a bottle. So we all went home, assuming, as one does, that with a day to dry out, the ordeal would sort itself. Took only one night. First screamed, rippled across the village like someone had pulled it out of Hubert's open chest, followed by a second that was almost the same, but worse. It pitched higher, like rusted metal wrapped in bulwark, in almost human words with an almost human rhythm, until the baker's wife cried, "Mages!" and all hell broke loose. People arming themselves, the mayor, if that what you can call the head of some hinterland pisshole, shooing whoever he could find into the meeting hall, windows being boarded up in blind panic. The works, you've seen it 100 times, probably 200 since the claw hit up north. Regular folks going mad at the faintest hint of magic. Point is, that's around when everything went bad. But there's a bottom to bad, and what happened in Goldweald broke right past it. Don't believe me? Go for yourself. Goldweald ain't there anymore. But I'm skipping ahead, and that ain't fair to Devil. See, Devil was a spy from back when the Freljord pacification was still talked about like there was honor in him, and he later served the crown as far out as Shurima and the Blue Flame Isles. The man had seen things. We are lucky out west, since the worst the hinterland have to offer are some stray raptures after hatching season and maybe a sun-cooked bandit or 3. But Devil knew what was out there, what could be out there, and he gathered up all the folks who were willing to listen and organized a peasant military to bring those supposed mages to justice. His plan was simple. First light, we're all going on patrol. 2 by 2, no one alone. Military stuff. And that gives us hope, gins us all up for a fight, for king and country, rah rah Demacia and all that. Until the sun comes up, and a family gone missing. Every one of them. 5 in all. Farmhouse torn to shred, livestock slaughtered in their pens, doors all locked from the inside, window all latched. They're gone. The mayor calls a meeting, but a pair of field hands don't come in from the rows. When Devil calls out for them, something's called back. But it isn't them, sounds almost like them, like something is forcing words into almost the right shape, but the old, rusty cage sound keep cutting through, squeaking and rattling and clicking, like it can't help itself. Now people are afraid. Some hothead charged into the field with sword in hand. Gone. Another follow him. Gone. Blacksmith get the wise idea he'll ride all the way to Amberfell and call the guards. But the horse buckles him halfway down the old trade road and something pulls him into the rows. Devil calls to see if he's alright, and that awful voice burble out saying it'll take the road to Amberfell and call the guards. Devil asks again, and it repeats, "I'll take the old road to Amberfell and call the guards." There's something about it, like a pin twisted inside your head, poking through the meat into something darker underneath. I could see it on everyone's faces, folks holding their kids close, backing away towards their home, some just running. The voice could cut away all the parts of a person and leave him naked and afraid, shivering in the middle of a blistering afternoon, like it was pulling something out of you, something it wanted. A little girl says she saw someone standing above the field, out where we keep the scarecrows. It's such an odd thing to notice, and there's so much going on that we pay her no mind, but we should have. Night comes, and half the houses in the town are boarded shut. You can hear folks inside whispering, muttering, giggling like maniacs, but about, I'm not sure. Snakes, lightning, the dark, walls closing in, knives, the sea. They're laughing and they're screaming, and it sounds like everyone has gone insane. Like they're trapped inside a room with a part of themselves they don't want to face. It sounds like we're all stuck in a nightmare. The light starts going out, one after the other, in all the boarded up houses. The lamp flickers and die, and the voices melt away, each suddenly silent, all save for one. Something croaking behind the old smithy, muttering to itself about snakes, about lighting, muttering about the dark. Davil, that poor fool, takes the military and goes in, and I am there with him. I have my blade, I have my lantern, but the rows are deep and the light casts shadows everywhere you look. I don't know exactly what happened. I saw a face, maybe, something looking back at me just ahead of Davil, but it was like he saw right past it, like the face was just there for me. All lopsided, twisted sackcloth and rusted teeth, and behind it, something huge, splayed on thin legs, but alive with hundreds of black birds rattling inside an old cage we thrown into the woods last year, and eyes, so many eyes. There's no one left in Goldweald now. If no one came after me, I am the only one left. Hearing those screams fade behind me as crimson light poured out from between the cornstalks, that sickly crunching and the bellowing tortured squeals of hogs and horses, and the crows, hundreds of them, thousands, but the crows, they aren't. Can't you see? They're smoke and fire. They're not real. They couldn't be real. They follow the voice, the deep, rumbling voice beneath it all. Don't you see? Don't you? Oh God, Davil, I left him behind. I left him there in the rows with that horrible scarecrow. Everyone, they're all dead. Gods, it must have followed me. Once it tastes you fear, once it knows you, it never lets go. It won't let you go. It won't. What's that voice? Can anyone hear? You don't hear it? Davil? And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes Fiddlesticks' color story, Voices. And holy fucking shit! It's so good, like it embodies everything that Fiddlesticks is going to be. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, throw a comment towards me, and if you want more awesome lore in the future, then I suggest you subscribe. But until next time, enjoy.